Yeah.
You're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Have you been in a YouTube video before? Of course. Talking?
We go to canyoneering, boss. I shout there, I swear.
But what about being interviewed?
This is the first time.
Wow. Okay, you got this. No stress.
Actually, my hand is so cold.
Really?
Yeah.
Goodness, wow. Don't worry at all. So just relax. The camera woman will stop the camera if you need. If you want to say anything again, no problem. I have a great editor. She's gonna edit everything out. Okay, what else do I say? Like that? That's good?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Now you're making me nervous. Oi. So today I want to talk about how judgmental I found Filipinos are about this one thing. Speaking of judgmental, how's it going, Grecia?
How's it going, boss?
So, what do you do with Purple Cow?
Well, I'm a video editor and at the same time videographer.
Right. So normally you are on the other side of the camera. Now you're in the hot seat. Welcome to my life. How you feeling?
It's shaking my,
You're just shaking, and you said your hands were a bit cold earlier.
Yeah.
But it's kind of good for a videographer to have to be on the other side to see the torture that you put us people through.
Actually, that's one of my dream before, to make a video vlog. But now I have the opportunity to.
You're welcome. Don't worry, I won't charge you that much.
You need to pay me, boss.
Right?
If this gonna hire.
No way, you gotta pay me. It's the other way around now. So we were talking a bit about a topic here in the Philippines that I don't see a lot of people talking about on YouTube, but is really a part of everyday life here. And that is how judgmental Filipinos can be about what?
About speaking English.
Yes. So that's one of the things that you said to me before, like you just don't feel comfortable speaking English,
yes.
Even though it's, very easy to understand you and your English is perfectly fine.
Aww.
So why do you feel that way?
Well, I have a lot of friends before and they want me to learn in English, so that's why they correct me. But at the same time, it's feel, awkward because it feels bad.
I understand.
Because it has a lot of people around, so.
So tell me, what languages do you speak?
I speak English, Bisaya, Tagalog.
So that's all you say, but you speak 3 languages. So this is the thing that's so interesting to me about people in the Philippines. Like maybe people that are just from Manila or Luzon, maybe they're only speaking Tagalog. But people here in Cebu, they're speaking Visaya, speaking Tagalog. But even here, I'll meet so many people from Bohol or different places where there'll be either little bit differences or totally other languages, So sometimes I'm meeting people here that speak like Tagalog, Visaya, wherever they're from in the Philippines that has a different language, because there's so many languages in the Philippines, and they speak English.
You're right.
But out of all of those languages, I only hear people kind of like judging each other or criticizing each other over one of those languages, English. So why do you think that is for Filipinos? Why do they care so much about how each other speaks English when it might be the 3rd or 4th language that they speak?
Because they born perfect.
What do you mean?
No.
Like they feel like they're better than others if they speak English well?
Maybe because of, they want people learn about English, and then the way that they teach other people's make them feel bad. Because, when you correct people about that, you should take it between two of you, not public places. It's really hard to speak and learn English.
Of course.
And or you should learn Bisaya and Tagalog as well.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's really fair. I mean, for me, I think it makes far more sense for people here to judge me for living in the country for years and not being able to speak fluent Visaya, but they don't judge me, right?
They don't judge you.
Even if I just know a little bit, they won't give me a hard time, but they'll give each other a really hard time about not speaking English well. Yeah. So all the Filipinos out there, you got to be a bit more kind to each other with this whole English thing. The interesting thing is when you live in the US, there's so many people that have really thick accents. Maybe they've lived in the country for 20 years, 30 years. Maybe they've come from, you know, China or Vietnam or different countries where it's really hard to lose your accent. But Americans aren't going to really judge those people. They just think, hey, they're trying their best to learn English. This is the first place I've been where it's like really a thing to give each other a hard time about English. So I could tell for you, it kind of makes you feel, you know, not great, you know, when other people might, you know, say something about your English. Is that true?
Yeah, it made me feel bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
But I'm learning. I swear I'll learn from them, and I accept what I've said. I have dyslexia, that's why. That's a big reason.
So having dyslexia makes it hard as well. Yeah, I understand. All these things are normal. Even, you know, the first language English speakers get dyslexia. I can't even say the word, and they really struggle with these things as well. So I think it's one of those things that if English speaking people really think that Filipinos speak great English and communicate so well, then Filipinos should be kinder to each other about that one as well. Yeah, yeah. I almost feel like there's some odd things in the Philippines that people give each other a hard time about. Definitely English is one of them. I feel like sometimes people even kind of judge each other by how light their skin is, different things like that.
They don't need to go to law school. They judge each other.
Right, right. Yes, they're already judge and jury about those type of things. What do you think? Is this type of thing ever going to change in the Philippines?
No, it's actually helpful in the other side, because if you judge people, then they remember that was a mistake, so they learn from it. And it's also depend on people who will correct you. And yeah, I'm so thankful that people judge me, because I learn from it. And
Sure.
yeah, even though I'm not good at it, I'm not good at writing in English, but I'm good in Bisaya and Tagalog, I swear.
That's right, and you're great at video editing.
Yeah, I'm great at video editing. So even though you have a lack on that thing, you're still good on other stuff. That's not an hindrance for you to do what the task given to you.
I think that, you know, it's great that Filipinos care about speaking English as good as they can, and I think that's why this is one of the few places in Asia where people really speak English pretty fluently. Most people, including yourself, you know. So I think that it's helpful that people are. I think it's helpful that people are really trying their best to learn. But on the other hand, I think it's really unhelpful if people are making each other feel kind of less than others because of how well they speak English. Who cares how well people speak English? For me, you know, if you're communicating with people, for example, there's so many people working night shift at different BPOs in the Philippines that are talking on, you know, customer service calls to people in the US, Canada, you know, different countries like that. I think those people, sure, they should be really working on their English grammar and communication, but overwhelmingly people that I meet, like yourself here, have amazing English. And like you said when you were judging me, of course I should be the one that should be, you know, working hard at learning the language over here as well, because it's really hard to learn another language. Like for me, I could memorize Visaya words pretty easily, or, you know, Tagalog words pretty easily, but trying to do the whole sentence structure, and there's so many like connector words like ni, si, sa, pa, manga, mag, pag. Oh my gosh, you know, I'm really gonna die trying to figure out, you know, which one of those to put on which words, how to put a sentence together. So yeah, I could barely speak one, so I'm working. One of these days I will learn Visaya.
Tara and me.
I appreciate it.
And for sure I'm gonna capture those words that you learn.
Sounds good. So if you could say anything to other Filipinos about, you know, judging each other with English, what would you say to them?
Speaking in English, I know people think that they, sound so expensive. There's a lot of people talking in English and they feel like they're so expensive, but no. No, it's funny because people use English in a wrong grammar and they can make fun of it, especially Miss Everything. You know Miss Everything, boss?
Who's that?
She just speak English in a wrong way and in a funny way.
Right, right.
Like, hello everything, like that. How's the everything's goings on? Oh, it's really amazing. Well, I'm good at editing that in English. That's why I'm here.
You are good with the English, and you're amazing with the editing. So
when I apply on you, boss, I really point out that I'm not good in English and I'm not good in captions. That's why I'm so happy that you hired me as your video editors now.
And it's not because of me caring about things like English, but I have to say that I do care about being able to communicate with somebody that is, working with me, because especially when you're being filmed by somebody, it's a little bit uncomfortable, especially if you don't feel really comfortable with the other person. And so I felt right away that you were able to communicate perfectly fine. Otherwise that would have been a problem for me hiring a videographer. So, feel confident that I would have. Okay, God. One of the reasons why I hired you is because of who you are as a person. I felt very comfortable talking to you right away, and I knew that you would be the type of person that had perfectly good enough English to be able to talk with about stuff every day. So, definitely I would say don't worry about what other people say about those other things. And I would definitely want to say that to other Filipinos out there as well. Foreigners aren't thinking about these things. Filipinos are thinking about these things. And it's kind of a weird thing for Filipinos to judge each other on English. Judge each other on Tagalog or Visaya if you want. Foreigners could care less about the English, as long as we could understand and have a good conversation. That's all that really matters.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I know that you hate being on this side of the camera, so I'm gonna stop torturing you. I'm gonna end this video now, and then I'm gonna hand everything over to you to do the editing back where you're comfortable. But thank you for stepping out of your comfort zone and talking to me today.
Thank you, boss.
Of course.
Thank you very much, boss.
Well, guys, thank you for watching this video. Always appreciate your support. If you haven't liked and subscribed, help a guy out. Click that subscribe button, click the bell notifications, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
Until next time, see ya.